Ever wonder why some investors jump at shadows while others stay cool under pressure? It's all about how our brains are wired. We use mental shortcuts called heuristics to make quick decisions. One big one is the availability heuristic. We judge the likelihood of something happening based on how easily we can recall similar events. Problem is, our brains aren't perfect stock market oracles. We tend to overestimate the importance of vivid recent events, especially if they triggered strong emotions. This mental shortcut served us well back in the caveman days, but in the investing world it can lead to some seriously bad calls. We buy high out of fear of missing out or sell low in a panic, all because our brains are stuck on repeat. By understanding how the availability heuristic works, we can start to de-bias our thinking and make more rational investment decisions. Let's talk about how the availability bias plays out in the real world. You see a scary headline about a tech company's stock plummeting. Suddenly, you're convinced the entire sector is doomed, even if it's just one bad apple. You dump your tech holdings only to watch the market rebound a week later. Sound familiar? Or maybe you get caught up in the hype cycle. Everyone's buzzing about this guaranteed money-making opportunity. Your neighbor tells you he doubled his money overnight. You don't want to be left out, so you dive in head first. Only later do you realize you bought at the peak right before the bubble burst. The media, with its constant barrage of breaking news and attention-grabbing headlines, plays a huge role in feeding this bias. We're bombarded with stories of overnight successes and spectacular failures, making them seem more common than they actually are. By the time everyone's heard about it, the smart money has already moved on. The availability heuristic doesn't just mess with our perception of risk and reward, it can lead to some costly mistakes. One of the biggest culprits is panic selling. We see the market tanking and our brains go into survival mode. We sell everything, locking in losses and missing out on potential rebounds. Then there's the flip side, FOMO, or the fear of missing out. We see others making money hand over fist, and we can't help but feel like we're missing out on the party. This kind of emotional decision-making can seriously derail your financial plans. Instead of making calculated moves based on solid research, you're reacting to the market's every whim. Don't let the availability heuristic turn you into a panic-stricken seller or a FOMO-driven gambler. Section 4, Outsmarting Our Biases, a game plan for investors. The availability bias can mess with our heads, but the good news is we're not powerless against it. The first step is awareness. By recognizing that this mental shortcut exists, we can start to identify when it's influencing our decisions. Instead of relying on gut feelings and anecdotal evidence, we need to arm ourselves with cold, hard data. Do your research. Look at a company's financials, its management team, its competitive landscape. Create a solid investment plan that aligns with your financial goals, risk tolerance, and time horizon. This will help you stay focused on the long game and avoid making impulsive decisions based on short-term market fluctuations. Diversify your portfolio across different asset classes to reduce your exposure to any one company, sector, or market event. Tune out the noise. Limit your exposure to financial news and social media hype. Section 5, Long-term vision, not short-term noise, tuning out the hype. The stock market is a marathon, not a sprint, yet so many investors get caught up in the day-to-day noise, constantly checking their portfolios and reacting to every little blip in the market. This short-term thinking is a recipe for disaster. It prevents you from seeing the bigger picture and making rational decisions based on long-term fundamentals. Instead of trying to time the market, focus on time in the market. The longer you stay invested, the more time you have to ride out the inevitable ups and downs and benefit from the power of compounding. Regular portfolio reviews are important, but don't mistake volatility for a reason to panic. These dips can create buying opportunities for patient investors who are willing to look beyond the headlines. Section 6, Knowledge is power, your best defense against cognitive traps. The availability heuristic, like other cognitive biases, is a natural part of how our brains work. We can't eliminate it completely, but we can minimize its influence on our investment decisions. The key is awareness, education, and a commitment to making rational, data-driven choices. don't be afraid to seek out professional financial advice. A qualified financial advisor can help you create a personalized investment plan, manage your risk, and stay on track to reach your financial goals. Investing isn't about getting rich quick or chasing the latest hot stock tip. By understanding how our brains work and the pitfalls of cognitive biases, we can become more informed, confident, and ultimately successful investors. Your financial blueprint and success, along with your personal and professional fulfillment, matter to us. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow Juma Investor's Choice.